We are here at the Photokina 2012 at the Hasselblad booth talking to Mr. Peter Stig-Nielsen, the Director of Professional Camera Products. Hello.
Hello.
And we have a few questions about the new products that you have here on the booth and a few general questions about Hasselblad in general. So maybe we should start with a question about the new product that you announced here, the Lunar project.
Yes.
Here you can see it in the... This is still a prototype, right? It's not yet a final product.
We are at the Photokina showing a range of prototypes in the different designs that we intend to bring out, and with the intended shipping date of February next year, we found Photokina is the right platform to launch the product and show the different designs.
So far, Hasselblad was perceived as a very professional company with products such as the H4D and H5D, the new H5D. Do you have maybe fears that the idea to come into the market with the new Lunar project might change the perception of some of your customers? Because this one is aimed at a different market. It's more of a luxury product and not necessarily a professional camera for very high-end professional photographers.
I agree very much that the perception of Hasselblad relates to professional as it is today. But it's important to mention that back in the 90s with our classic Hasselblad camera line, the analog line, back then, 65% of our customers were enthusiasts, amateur customers. And unfortunately, when we made the transition from analog into digital, which happened in the early 2000 years, 2004 and onwards, we had to move to cameras working with sensors so large that we got the real performance of the lenses. And these sensors made the products expensive. So expensive that the camera line found its customer base only with professionals. In order to get back to our traditional customers, the enthusiasts, we have put a lot of thought into how could we do so. And we needed to realize quite early that in order to do so, we needed a partner. We needed a partner that could supply serious high-performance technology, camera motors for new lines of products. So in the past, let's say several years, we've had a parallel track of looking for a partner, technology, camera, evaluating the market, and seriously understanding that just bringing out a new, let's say, digital X-Pan, which a lot of our customers have asked for, would not present a new Hasselblad, which seriously are trying to move into new segments. So we evaluated the market to find a room where we could build a base for not just one, but a range of new consumer products. And over the past couple of years, this has come true. We have Tuesday this week been able to announce a technology cooperation with Sony, and we have that same day launched our new product here. You're right that in the launch of the new product, you could see these products as merely a luxury item. And I think that's fair enough, because we have put a lot of effort into building a camera with a design around Sony's technology that really is based upon the most luxurious material you can get your hands on. It's leather for the grip, it's high performance metal, it's coatings that are out of this world, special to touch. It is carbon fiber shields on the front here.
It is titanium on the buttons.
On the buttons, titanium. So we have actually deliberately added in a number of high performance materials, high grade materials, in order to build a camera where the design is a very important part of the product. Now, reaching for our enthusiasts, you could say, oh, but here is a camera for a luxury buyer. Is this really for a photo enthusiast? And I have to say that the logic behind the design makes room for a grip where your full hand has a sturdy grip, allowing for the addition of not only the lenses we are showing here, but using the adapters for the A-mount line of DSLR lenses. You actually achieve suddenly a very powerful camera, almost a professional camera, but definitely a camera for the enthusiasts. So we think the design caters for both the luxury, but also for the enthusiast. And by allowing ourselves the choice of materials, which we are really, I mean, it's a pleasure to touch. By allowing that, we feel that we have been able to establish a place in the market where there's no other camera like this. And so back to the thing, are we leaving our professional position in the market? Well, that's definitely not our intent, but it is also correct that certain of the customers for this camera here will not be the professionals. We will see both type of customers here.
Okay. Regarding the project, the lunar project, is this cooperation with Sony a one-time thing, or is it something that is going to continue and develop?
The cooperation with Sony is a long-term cooperation. When Hasselblad enters into partnerships, we do this not just for a short-term thing. As an example, we have over the past 10 years been developing lenses with Fujinon. Before that, we were developing lenses with Carl Zeiss. Before that, we were developing lenses with Kodak. We choose partners for purposes where we see a need to bring about products that certain segments of customers will appreciate. And in this case, we have been very fortunate to build the relationship with Sony. One thing that's very important about Sony is that, as a general statement, I can say that we have an interest in bringing the brand in front of a younger audience. Hasselblad has been around for many years, and in the professional segment, we see people come back to exchange their camera, to upgrade it. We've seen a market with a lacking growth into the new upcoming professional photographers. With the cooperation with Sony, we see signal values of the music, the gaming, but in the camera with top performance, high-tech cameras. Sony is probably the high-tech company there.
The most innovative one.
So the most innovative one, where we, Hasselblad, have been conservative. So I think the combination here is just excellent for the branding and for building the base of moving into the future. This is not only for younger people, definitely, but still the signal will bring the Hasselblad, the knowledge of Hasselblad into a younger generation, and we find that very interesting.
Okay. Another question regarding this. Basically, this product is based on an existing Sony product, the Nex 7. Do you have plans to develop maybe in the future products that will be completely new to the market with Sony together?
Let me start by a short extra answer to your previous question. You asked about if this was a short-term relationship. And what I did not mention was that with the Lunar, we're entering the mirrorless camera, high-end consumer for mirrorless. We are adding in a DSLR line of products during the first half of next year, and we will further add a compact line of products, all based on technology from Sony, but definitely based on design from Hasselblad. Here you see the first design. When we come to the DSLR and the compact, I trust that our new design center in Treviso in Italy is going to do exactly an excellent job, maybe with a different customer group, so there might be surprises in the coming designs, but definitely the design is going to be part of those products, so that we can stay true to this new or renewed Hasselblad position on design being an integral part in our products. And then back to your latest question, which was?
Basically, I asked if you're going to develop products which are different than the Sony existing ones.
Well, as I said, we purchased an engine, a camera engine, which is where Sony they have fantastic products. I mean, seriously. Yeah. There are two themes where we are working today to bring about, let's say, something extra for the new lines of camera. First of all, we are very seriously looking at the lens line, and when you work the lunar camera and you bring your images into Lightroom, you will be able to choose profiles today from Sony. Based on the knowledge of building profiles for lenses from the professional line, we are also bringing in a Hasselblad line of profiles for the lunar, and we will continue to do so for the different lens lines. So that's, you could say, that's the simple first step. But one of the other very core technologies of our professional systems is our color handling. The Hasselblad natural color system. This is something that we have developed over the past 6 years, and we intend to bring the technology of the natural colors into the lines of new consumer products. I cannot give you a date because this requires a deep insight into the raw data coming off the sensor, and we have to appreciate that in a cooperation between Hasselblad and Sony, we need to build confidence. We need to get to learn each other in certain steps, and I think that is definitely on the way here. Yeah. So when we will be able to handle the real raw data, I cannot say, but our ambition is there, our technology is there, and that is, I think, a really interesting area which will add to any of the new products being brought in.
Okay. We have here the H5D, the new H5D, which you recently announced. Maybe you can tell us a bit of some of the new features that the H5D has?
When you look at the H5D, I think there are the three things I would like to mention. We have new stuff happening in the camera. The camera is actually based on new electronics all the way through, which bring about JPEGs. So we have print-ready files. It brings about a new level of focusing. Our true focus system has been updated with a new refinement. That's from the camera side. From the lens side, which may be the most important in terms of image quality, we are bringing out two new lens products. First, a true wide-angle 24mm lens, equivalent to an 18mm on a 35mm camera. And we are bringing out a macro converter, which allows for our wide-angle lenses to work at close range, near field, so that our studio customers working with jewelry, watches, beautiful things at close range, they will be able to use the lenses for that. And the third thing is that this camera has actually also been updated on the design, the bodywork, the shapes, the doors, the mechanisms, you could say the whole design of the camera here has been updated, and I have to say that the intent is actually that we would also like here to catch the eyes of some younger customers, where with this in our hand or in the customer's hand, you will stand out not only with your image quality, but in the group of DSLR shooters, you will be someone special with this camera in your hand.
Okay. Something about the sensors. Basically, the sensors in the H5D are similar to the ones in the H4D. When should we expect the next generation of sensors to come?
When I speculate about the future, and I think it's a good question, then I can say that the specs we are looking for with the new sensors, they are primarily capabilities of sensitivity. In the photographic world, there are many disciplines that are coming up and becoming interesting. One could be video, one could be all kinds of interesting special features, face recognition, anti-shake, all kinds of stuff. Our core customers today, their first request when we ask them is on sensitivity. So when we look at sensor developments, we anticipate that new sensors are coming out, and we trust that sensitivity is going to be the first place where we see a raised spec. Whether we will include video or see video coming out, I don't want to guess at today. Video is not our core business. That is still images at fantastic quality. But we could foresee at some point in time that video could be interesting for our customers. But so I would stick to sensitivity as the base value of the next sensor.
Okay, so basically if I'm asking about CMOS sensors, for now it's not necessarily important for you.
I think sensor technology is very important for us, and it is such that sensor technologies, they are developing all the time. CMOS is one of those technologies which has developed a lot over the past years, and where tremendous advances have been made on controlling noise to get higher ISO. So definitely that would be one of the technologies that we would show a big interest in. But there are other options too. So I think we don't care too much if it's called this or that, but we need to bring out image quality. That's number one for our customers.